Alright guys, this is the next video on from the startup housing video that I did last. This is the equipment that you're going to need once you've got your tarantula to sort of look after them properly. Some of this you'll definitely need, no matter what. Some of this is an extra if you've got more than one tarantula that I personally use myself. First off, which is one of the most important things, is a spray bottle so you can humidify the tanks like you got here. You know, it's a very nice fine spray. It doesn't stress them out. It keeps the environment nice and humid, but definitely need that. Water bowls aren't always enough.
And what's in the water? What's in that? Is it just water?
Just yeah, pure water. I use tap water. Some people say not to because it's like tap water can be treated with chlorine and stuff like that. But I've never had any problems myself. If you're a little bit worried, just go and buy bottled water. You know, that'll be fine. The next most important thing, pair of tongs. Depending on what tarantula you got, some can be aggressive, they can flick hairs, they can bite. At the end of the day, it's less stressful for them. If you need to fish things out of the tanks, then these are perfect. You can get, these are 12 centimetres I think, but you can get longer, and you can get some with rubber tipped ends as well if you're worried about injuring your spider. I've only got these because I don't feel I need anything longer at the moment, but I probably will do. You can buy sets of these. You can get them on the spidershop.co.uk website. Otherwise, if you just root around, I'm sure you can get them in chemists, places like that. They're not necessarily particularly cheap, but they are definitely a must-have. I also like to use straw. I use this for moving tarantulas around the tank. If I'm trying to clean a certain space and they're in the way, I like to use this because it's soft, it's not going to hurt them. You can also use paintbrushes, but I just think it's a bit cheaper, to be honest. Never had any problems with it. So yeah, that's what I like to use for that job. The next thing I like to use also is a spoon. This is for any tarantulas that are burying themselves. If you want to check them if they're molting, obviously you can dig them out quite easily. Fairly cheap, easy to come by, probably have one in your house. The next important thing, I think personally, is a diary to keep track of when your spider's molting, feeding, if it doesn't eat, so you know it's in pre-molt, anything like that. Anything that you feel you need to put down, put it down, because if something happens, it can be really useful just to look back and see if you've made any mistakes or if anything's changed, anything like that. Or if you're looking to sell on tarantulas, potential buyers might want to know when they last molted, when they last fed, all that sort of stuff. So very, very useful. The next thing I like to use is a big pot. Well, I like to use different size pots, big pots, little pots, depending on what. I tend to put, if I'm cleaning out a tank, I tend to put spiders in, something like that. I don't have anything that's too big to put in that, so I find it's fine. This is just a cricket keeper pot. Not cricket keeper, this is what your crickets will come in, your locusts, whatever you want to feed them. So just keep them by, clean them out, that'll be fine. I tend to use this to put waste products in, like the boluses and all that sort of stuff. Anything like that, and I use the lid for my Acanthoscurria when I'm cleaning out because it's so much more aggressive than everything else. I just use that as a little bit of a guard to protect my hands from the hairs and all that. And finally, just this little pot here. This is the sort of thing you'll be looking to put, sort of little juvenile, arboreal tarantulas, that sort of thing. But you could also put, if you're cleaning out, you could put them in something like this. It's fine. So yeah, that should sort of suit most people well enough. If anyone can recommend anything else that I should probably have, that'd be great. But yeah, that should be good enough for most people getting into it. Cheers guys.